Hello and welcome everybody to the first episode of the Packers Everywhere podcast. I hope you're having a blessed day from wherever you're watching worldwide. My goal is to make the greatest community of Green Bay Packers fans. No matter where you're from, if you could consider leaving a like and subscribing, it would help me more than you would ever know. So it's free. Go do it, please. Without further ado, let's get right into my breakdown of the Green Bay Packers versus Chicago Bears wildcard matchup. I will be live streaming my reaction to the Green Bay Packers Chicago Bears game. So if you want to see me get absolutely heartbroken live on YouTube, check out the channel, come watch, come say hi. Enjoy me getting absolutely shit on by Caleb Williams when we lose by 30. The Green Bay Packers finished with a record of 9-7-1, and the Chicago Bears finished with a record of 11-6, winning the North, which it hurts. It hurts more than Jalen Hurts. However, Caleb Williams, he did not look good at the start of the season. People were calling him a bust, and he proved a lot of doubters wrong throughout the season. And he posted amazing numbers. He only completed 51% of his passes, which isn't great by any means. However, he did throw for almost 4,000 yards, which is one of the most in Bears history. In fact, it might be the most in Bears history. Don't quote me on that. I don't follow the Bears like that. Y'all should know that. And he had 27 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions, protected the football really well. Literally did everything right as a quarterback except for completing a lot of passes, which is probably why he didn't throw for 4,000 yards. His QBR versus the Packers, only a 58.3, 55.1 completion percentage. He was all right, but, you know, he's got to be a little bit better in the playoffs. And if you watch football, you know he's got to complete more than 60% of his passes. In fact, he's probably going to have to complete 65 to 70% of his passes to beat the Green Bay Packers because they've been there. Matt LaFleur's been to the playoffs. Jordan Love has been to the playoffs. He's won playoff games. He knows exactly what it takes to win in the playoffs. So for that reason, it's a divisional game. It's a playoff game. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be a very close game. Micah Parsons is obviously the key piece that it hurts to talk about because he's out and he's our best player. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Micah Parsons is the Green Bay Packers' best player. And we don't have him. And there's no getting around that. Bears fans aren't going to feel sorry for us. The only people that are going to feel sorry for us are us. And that's not going to cut it when it comes to winning a playoff game. No one cares Tucker Kraft is injured either. You know, probably our best receiving threat. And he's just hurt. Nothing we can do about it. I really hope that Zach Tom can come back healthy because there's a lot of injuries and Jordan Love needs to protect himself. He needs somebody to block Montez Sweat on the edge. He's going to be a monster. Tremaine Edmonds is hurt, and I'm not going to feel sorry for any of you Bears fans complaining about how injured your defense is because look at ours. Micah Parsons, Zach Tom, Tucker Kraft, Elton Jenkins, out for the season, by the way. I could go on and on and on about our injuries. Just lost Bo Melton. Not that that's a key piece to our defense or offense, but geez, I mean, we can't catch a break. First it's star players, now it's depth players. It's just everywhere we got injuries. And even Jordan Love is coming off a concussion from a very dirty hit, blatant hit to the head. Malik Willis, his injury was caused by a play that was not called a penalty, but according to the rules about how you can hit a quarterback, they fell on top of Malik Willis, and you just can't do that to a quarterback anymore. However, I think Jordan Love is the better quarterback here. He's obviously more seasoned. He's sat under Rodgers for years. He's played in playoff games before. He almost beat the Niners the year they went to the Super Bowl, throwing a backbreaker and interception in a 2-minute drill a couple years ago. However, Jordan Love this year, before his injury, during Toyotathon was on a heater. 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions for Jordan Love, 3,300, almost 3,400 passing yards. The real kicker here was Josh Jacobs, not even eclipsing 1,000 yards this year. He did have 13 touchdowns, but you just don't see that from Josh Jacobs. And this was basically a 16-game season for him because he only missed one game. And obviously not the last game, too, technically, so a 15-game year. But still, he didn't even eclipse 1,000 yards. DeAndre Swift outrushed Josh Jacobs, which is just baffling to me. Neither team has a bona fide number one receiver. Dobbs for the Packers, and I would honestly say it's Jaden Reed or Christian Watson, then Romeo Dobbs. I don't even know if Dobbs is here long term. However, he led the team in receiving yards. Colston Loveland led the Chicago Bears in receiving yards. A big surprise to me because I didn't like the Colston Loveland draft pick. I thought the Bears O-line needed help. I thought their defense needed help. I wasn't a fan of that pick, and look, it turned out pretty well for them. So kudos to the Chicago Bears for doing that. Injury-wise, the Chicago Bears are not safe either. C.J. Gardner-Johnson injured. Questionable with a concussion, which we'll see if they push him to play or not. Braxton Jones out for the season. Kyler Gordon out for the season. In the first matchup that these two teams played this year, the Green Bay Packers took that one, and obviously Micah Parsons played a big factor in that win. Caleb Williams didn't look good whatsoever in that first half. Completely shut down. Started to click in the second half. Jordan Love, thankfully, was able to just sneak the win out, winning 28-21 at Lambeau Field. This was Christian Watson's big game that we started to realize, whoa, Watson has come a long way in his route running, despite battling injury. So kudos to him for putting in all that work. Edrin Cooper had a great game. Kingsley Enagbari had a great game. Josh Jacobs was okay. It was a good game, all in all. And then Micah Parsons got hurt, and the Chicago Bears beat the Green Bay Packers 22-16. Now, this is a game I'm not a huge fan talking about. The Green Bay Packers had 0 sacks. Romeo Dobbs dropping an onside kick. Malik Willis was incredible, however. 9 for 11 for a touchdown. Just amazing stuff. And again, Caleb Williams not completing a lot of passes against the Packers, even though there was no Micah Parsons in this game. Emmanuel Wilson was the leading rusher for the Green Bay Packers, and DeAndre Swift was the leading rusher for the Chicago Bears. This easily should have been a win for the Green Bay Packers. However, we all know what happened. Onside kick, overtime, complete botching of this game. We could have won the division at this point, and it just didn't happen. And I really was upset with Rich Bisaccia. It's been a tough season, and the special teams, it can't let you down. In a moment like this, your special teams has to be one of these steady thins, because you should be able to put anybody on your special teams and not fumble onside kicks and, miss extra points. You can't do things like that. Miss game-winning field goals. We probably could have gone like 14-3 if it weren't for our special teams this year. Obviously, Micah Parsons' injury aside, we probably could have gone 14-3 if it weren't for special teams. Easily win the division without that. However, this game is going to come down to which team can make the fewest mistakes possible, and I think that the seasoned team in the Green Bay Packers is going to come out on top. Mark my words, the Green Bay Packers are winning in Soldier Field on Saturday at 7 p.m. I don't think Caleb Williams wins his first playoff start. I don't think he knows what it takes. The guys aren't going to run free like they normally do. Green Bay allows one of the fewest yards after contact. We just tackle really well, except Carrington Valentine. Trayvon Diggs was an amazing addition for the Green Bay Packers. However, I'm a little nervous trotting him out there. He hasn't been good. I think with Micah Parsons next year, he could be really good, because Micah, he gets the ball out really fast for opposing quarterbacks. And Trayvon Diggs is a guy that likes to lurk for interceptions, and that's a really good combo. That's why in his prime, Trayvon Diggs pre-injury had 9 interceptions. He was just on fire. But I don't know if he's going to go as crazy this year. I think he's better than Nate Hobbs, and definitely than Carrington Valentine's tackling has not been great all year. Keyshawn Nixon's been incredible. Well, not incredible, but serviceable. So shout out Keyshawn Nixon. But I think the Green Bay Packers are going to come out on top in this one. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the playoffs. There's a video of me predicting the entire wild card weekend coming out shortly. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps more than you know. If you enjoyed this video, shout out to you if you made it this long. And without further ado, I'll have you on your way. Go Pack-O.